Okay, so like I said, I'm making my 800 followers video. I'm super excited um, that I have 800 followers. Uh, and I'm really pumped and I'm happy because I think my blog is getting to the point where it's like it comes so naturally now and it's like really fun to keep up with it and stuff. So, thank you so much for following me and for being a part of this bizarre little show that I'm running. And I hope that you enjoy yourself whenever you're poking around and that I can make you laugh and answer some of your questions like I am right now. So I'm just going to work from the top, which means that I'm kind of going backwards, but that's okay because everyone's going to get a chance. Okay, so Licorice Glass asked, what is my favorite kind of plate to eat? This is kind of like a joke that I made with her because she said she misunderstood something I wrote, or she like read something initially the wrong way, and she thought I said that I ate plates instead of like licking. I said like something about like licking, eat all my plates and lick something like that, and that came out so ridiculous. I'm so sorry. But she asked me what's my favorite kind of plate to eat. I would have to go with like I really like crystal, you know? I'm a fine china kind of person. You know, if I'm gonna eat a plate, I want it to be really nice. So I'm not like I don't slum it with paper plates or anything like that. So like expensive plates. Um, I don't really eat plates for any of you who might be concerned. Um, RC asked, why are you so adorable? No, seriously, that is my question. I got a lot of variations of this question actually. So, here's my answer. This is like my favorite thing that I've ever gotten that's like makeup, and it's a backstage kit by Gemma Kid, and it's really cool. This is my this is part of how I'm so adorable when I want to be. Um, Lipstick. This is blushing nude, I think. I'm not wearing this right now. I'm wearing like rose petal or something. A curling rod, which I have right here, which is really good for curly hair like mine. It's straight right now. I used my chi. Oh, that was it was but yeah, this is a Revlon curling rod and it gets really fucking hot. But these are really good for curls if you want like natural looking curls, because the clamp curlers aren't as good. And then this, my Clinique set. I really encourage girls to go out and get like, if you can afford it, get like good makeup, like get like high quality makeup, because it'll like lessen your breakouts and stuff. So that's also something that I use a lot. I use this color a lot. And then my favorite makeup tip is to always use your ring finger because it's your weakest finger. And so like when you're like applying things, use your ring finger and it'll be like a softer, it won't be so hard on your face. That's really it. A nice top. I don't know. The best thing about being adorable is that you're doing it for you, you know? And like they say, self confidence is always the best. But my mom always says if you look good, you feel good. So that's how I'm so adorable. Um, that's the answer. Elaine asked me 4 questions. If I had $1,000 that would disappear if I didn't spend it in the next year, what would I do with it? Well, if it was right now, I would buy all my DallasCon shit, because right now I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna pay for all that. I'm probably gonna I'm probably gonna have to ask my dad to pay for it and then pay him back over the year, which is what I didn't want to do, but I don't think I will have enough over the summer. But I think my dad can swing it, especially if I'm gonna pay him back. And that's really what I'm asking for Christmas this year. So hopefully they'll be able to help me out with that. So we'll go to that. It would probably also go to getting my car fixed or buying a new car, because I have a shitty car and it's all beat to hell and back because I'm a bad driver. What's one skill that I wish I could have? Um, I wish I could I wish I could do like, I wish I could like be like a dancer. Like that would be awesome. But I'm not, because I'm not graceful at all. And I wish I could dance. Yeah. I wish I could just do all kinds. I'm not gonna start dancing. That would be really unfortunate for everyone involved. But um, I wish I could dance. I also wish that I had that I could like that I had an eye for like camera work. Like I have zero, both recording and photography. I suck at both of those. What's one skill that I wish other people could have? I wish people had the skill of being able to read a the skill of being able to find answers for themselves, because I don't think a lot of people know how to do that. They always have to ask. And part of the great thing about being an intelligent person is you go and find your own answers. And I wish people like, I wish they like did personal research more. You know, everything's like spoon fed to us in school, and I wish people would like, and I don't mean like for assignments, because that's one thing, but like, you know, on your own, learning about something that interests you. Like, I wish more people would do that. I don't think a lot of people have a lot of like interests. They just have like things that they like to do, or like, you know, stuff that they like to pin on their boards on Pinterest. Quick! My house is burning down. What do I shove into Dean's arms before telling him to run and not look back? Um, that's a good question. I don't really know. I think if it were like my house at home, probably all my scrapbooks uh, that my mom's made, because those are kind of important. My computer, definitely. My dog. I want my dog to die. I would trust Dean with my dog, so probably I would jump into Dean's arms and tell him not to run and not look back, because fuck yeah. What's my most treasured material possession? I don't really know what my most treasured material possession is, because there's a difference between like treasured and like important. Because if it were important, like then my laptop, because like that's everything. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't be making this video if I didn't have it. But most treasured, like most sentimental, I don't really know. I don't really know the answer to that. I okay, so I have this shirt. Hold on, I'll go. It's dirty. I have a plaid shirt that my mom gave me, and it's really grungy. Like, it's a really old shirt. It's like 20 plus years old, and she bought it in Scotland, and I wear it like all the time, and it's one of my favorite shirts. And it doesn't look very good on me, but I love it. It's really soft, and it's just it was something of hers that she gave to me, and I really love it. Um, and I wear that shirt a lot. It's one of my favorite shirts, and it's important to me. So those were Elaine's questions, and Elaine, I adore you. I just adore you. I adore all of you, actually. And RC and Elaine both like make me never want to pick up a pen or write ever again, because obviously I am so just inadequate compared to them. Okay, so Anon asked 2 questions. Uh, who would win in a fight, a bear or a shark? I was thinking about this question, and I'm gonna go with a shark would win, because if you think about it, the only place a bear and a shark would meet is in the water, and the shark would obviously have the upper hand. So, because you have to meet in the water, like with a bear, if it were like a bear and a lion, like on land, like you could meet in the land or in the water. Like you could, I mean, essentially that could happen. But even like a crocodile and a bear, you could either, it could be up to either which one that you're meeting. But if you're a shark, you have to be meeting in the water, so the shark is definitely gonna just, it's gonna take names. The shark's gonna win. I think the bear could probably do some serious shit though. I mean, if it weren't like ethically wrong, I would totally I would totally see what would happen with this, because you know if it weren't unethical, like let's put a bear and a shark together and see what fucking happens. They also asked who would win in a fight, Michael Fassbender or Benedict Cumberbatch. I'm gonna go with Fassy just because he is a shark, and I already answered the previous question, so Michael Fassbender, because you'd have to meet him in the water and he's gonna have the upper hand. So Fassy smile. She taught me how to shark again. Andrea of Angie My Mischief, who I love, um, asked, why am I so perfect? Uh, I'm not. I'm actually very far from perfect. I have quite a repertoire of flaws that anyone could expound upon at any time. I'm sure you've caught on to some of them. First of all, I'm a moron. I'm really stupid. I say things that make no sense. Um, I'm also really lazy. I'm really bad at prioritizing. Aren't we all? But I'm bad at prioritizing, and I need structure. So I have trouble with classes that like don't give quizzes and stuff, like because I just, if I don't have something I'm working towards, and I just feel really dumb, and I feel like it's totally stupid. So um I'm really bad at like just kind of doing what I'm supposed to do. Uh yeah, I'm not perfect at all. I can be selfish, especially with friends, and I'm very easily jealous. Um so I'm not perfect, but I try. I try really hard. So I think that that's a good thing about me, is as I try to be a better person at least. Have I told you that I love you? Yes, because you're saying it right now. And I love you too. I love you so much. Like, I just gross feelings for everyone. Heather with a Y, Heather as in Heather, who makes amazing fan vids and is super quality, and I still don't understand why she's talking to me. Heather asks, what calms you down? If I'm sick, I watch uh, The Secret Garden, which isn't exactly like calming down, but like that's like um, I have to watch it if I'm feeling sick and gross, like throwing up everywhere. Then I watch The Secret Garden and it puts me to sleep. That's why. Oh, pardon me. Um, if I'm just like riled up about something, uh, usually like talking it out with somebody. Although sometimes if I'm talking it out with someone, I get more upset. Um, so I have to make sure that I didn't like. Okay, I didn't. Um, but like, yeah, if I talk to someone about it, I usually can sometimes get more upset. But normally, if I talk about something, I will feel better afterwards, which is my end game. So, like calling Mel or calling my mom or talking to someone here at school, like sometimes I have to talk stuff out. Other than that, drawing or writing or anything, I'm an escapist, so like doing anything that gets my mind off of the problem usually. Um, so that's my answer. And sleeping. Like I said, I'm an escapist. Um, Chris! Chris left me the best questions. Okay, Chris. Um, what is the worst color for poop to be, and has my poop ever been that color? I would say that the worst color for poop would be like the color that it turns when you have blood in it, because that means that something is wrong. Um, and yes, I have had that because of some medication that I was taking and some other problems that I've had. But yes, that's the worst color because that means that you're like gonna die. Everything else, it doesn't really matter because it just means like the food you're gonna eat or something weird. That wouldn't normally happen, but I think bloody poop would be the worst. Okay, sorry, this is just such a quality blog. Can I easily poop out of my home? I can't. Um, there literally has to be no one around, and the shower has to be running if there are people around, because I just can't do it. Um, I can't. Have I ever porta potty pooped? Oh God, no, no. I think I would rather shit my pants than use a porta potty. Cesspool. Um, ever pooped on a plane? Nope, nope. Going back to the first one, no, can't poop unless there's nobody around or the shower's running, or I'm in like a sealed room, no one can hear, or there's a fan or something. Um, Train? Nope. Never been on a train, so I haven't pooped on one. And now to randomly switch gears from things that aren't about Hannah's regular bowel movements. What's your favorite non-thespian supernatural fandom? I'm gonna say Trek, just because I'm staring at the poster right now. Ugh, it's so attractive, and just because it's such a wise old fandom, and I know it's probably not true, but whenever I see Trek, I'm just like, nothing bothers these people anymore. Like they've just seen everything, so like, and I'm sure that's a lie, but I always get the sense that nothing bothers them. They see all the other fandoms and they're like a grandmother going, no, and stop that. And they just swat at us and say, would you calm down? Like, rocking in their rocking chair. And so yeah, I would have to say that the Star Trek fandom is a really great place to be that I've seen. So, as you can see, it is night time now. It was day, but now it's night. And I'm also wearing a different shirt, and my makeup's come off, and my hair is kind of messy, and I last was talking about Star Trek fandom and how I love them. Also, honorable mentions, the suitors. I think suitors have a lot of fun. Yeah. Okay. So, to continue on Chris's questions, can I tie this cherry stem with just my tongue? No, I cannot. I have tried, and I can't. I can hardly talk. So I doubt that I could ever do that. However, I'm sure it means that I'm a sucky kisser, but I've never really had anyone to practice with, so. Except my hand. Anyway, can I roll my R's? Yes, I can. There, that's me rolling my R's. Poop, poop. Poop's a nice thing. Alright, now that we're done with Chris's questions, even though I love Chris and would answer his questions all day, we have to move on. So Professor Sherlock asked me, here's their question. Why am I so perfect? If you back up like a couple minutes from this point in the video, I'll give you a full explanation on how I'm not perfect. I will give a shout out though to the fact that I have some really awesome people in my life. And my mom, my therapist, well, my old therapist, ex-therapist, my best friends, Mel, Whitney, my friends here at school, like Brenna, like Jean, like all these people, my grandmother, like they're all reasons why I am who I am, and any and all comments and questions can be taken up with them as far as that's concerned. Amanda asked, no wait, Sunny Babe. Okay, Sunny Babe asked, I am gushing over you. You're so sweet. You always give me feedback on my fics, and that really means a lot. If you don't know, writers like to know if you like their stuff or not. Sometimes you guys reblog things and you don't have tags, and I don't know what you think, so, if you ever read something and you like it, tell me, because it makes me want to write more. So, or if you don't like something, or if you have a question, like, please tell me. I love your feedback. Sunny Babe, always. She does that for me, so she's awesome. You should tell us about your hopes and dreams. It's not really something that I think about a lot. I was raised kind of weirdly. My dad did most of the disciplining with us when I was older, and he never really stressed having dreams so much as being successful. And I didn't really have a lot of self-confidence, so when I was in high school or in middle school, I never really cultivated a lot of personal hopes and dreams. I really want to write a book someday. That's high on the list. I would really like, mostly my hope and dream is that I have a family someday, and that I'm happy. And I really want a family. I really want kids. Because I really think that you learn the most about yourself when you're teaching someone else how to be a human being. So I really want to be a mom. I want to, do other things, to like work and travel, but I really ultimately want to be a mom. And it's exciting to think about. And then one day I might be in charge of a small human. God, won't we be in trouble then? I don't know. Do you think I'd be a good mom? What's something I want to do or something that I want to change that's kind of impossible, but I still hope that it'll happen? I don't know. Like, I've already done. Every day I try to be a better person. And I'll never be perfect, and I'm totally okay with that. If we were all perfect, that would be really boring, but um, my main goal in my life is to be there for other people and to help other people, and whatever I can do to make their lives a little easier. That's what I would like to change. If I could change someone's life for just a minute or two, like make them hate themselves or humanity less, like that would be really awesome for me. Just anything along that line, really. So thank you. Those are very profound. I like them. Anon asked, what is the best joke I've ever heard? I just thought of something, but I'm not gonna say it because that would be really rude. Oh god. My whole life is hysterical. Honestly, I laugh all the time. So I've never really heard jokes so much. I don't know. There's just a ton of jokes that I love. My friend Brenna and we say "you're a little cunt" from Bridesmaids like all the time. Like no matter what's going on, we'll just be like, "You're a little cunt." And yeah, and I'll be like, yeah, I bet you're really popular. Like, I can't do it because I've never given a blowjob and I don't really know what to do with my body. But I could go on and on about things that make me laugh, so I'm not. What's my favorite genre of music? I really like folksy kind of acoustic-y music, like like wimpy shit. I also like alternative, and I love Romance era classical, Chopin, that kind of thing. Is there a song that I can't get out of my head? It's a good question, actually, because there is a song that I constantly getting stuck in my head, and that's Renegade by Styx. I constantly get the first part of it stuck in my head, and I'll walk around our room and be like, the jig is up. I just burped. The jig is up, the news is out, they finally found me. Like, I'll just walk around singing that. My roommate, it drives my roommate crazy. And she'll be like, Hannah, you need to stop, you're getting it stuck in my head. So I constantly have that song stuck in my head. Do I have a writing ritual or routine? Sit down and write as much as possible before you go crazy. Like, I literally try to write as much as I can in one sitting, which usually means that there's a ton of typos and things that don't make sense. But I'm a momentum writer, so I have to get going or it's not gonna be good. And edit later. That's my advice. Just get it out. My thing is I have to get it out of my system or it's just gonna fester up there. So I get an idea and then I have to write it. So that means that I just am writing shit all over the place. I never write anything chronologically. Word vomiting, basically. What's the biggest difference between current me and past me? Past me was a very unhappy girl, and she didn't like herself at all, and she was very lonely and sad and angry. And past me picked her thumbs and slept all the time and didn't have any self-confidence and couldn't go anywhere and was very afraid of everything. And current me is way more self-confident and really proud of herself most of the time and thinks that she's beautiful and isn't sad all the time and knows how to handle her emotions and cope with them and doesn't pick her thumbs. And current me is a very happy person, a very content person, which is nice. And which one is better off? Me now, definitely. What is my favorite dream? It's actually a nightmare that I have, but it's only a nightmare because whenever I wake up, I'm mortified. But the reason it's my favorite is because the reoccurring nightmare that I have is that I'm on a stage and there's a bunch of people and we're doing a dance, and I'm just, if anything could go wrong with me, like everything is going wrong with me. Like I don't know any of the steps. I'm backwards. Like, but the reason I love it is because when I'm on stage in the dream, I don't care that like there's an audience or that the people around me are like fuming or like so pissed at me. Like I'm laughing, so I'm having like a great time being a fuck up and just sabotaging this whole production. And then when I wake up, that's when I'm like, oh my god, what just happened to me? So that's my favorite dream. I've been having that for a couple months now, and I don't know what it means, but when I'm in the dream, I'm just having the best time. It's when I wake up and realize the horror of the situation that I'm like, oh my god, I never want to move again. Do I like comedy? Yes. My whole life is an experiment in comedy. Do I have a favorite comedian? I have a lot of comedians that I like. So I would list them all for you, but that would take a long time. So just just to save time, I'll just say of the moment, either Janine Garofalo or Louis C.K. But it changes all the time, and like I said, like earlier, Eddie Izzard is one of my favorites. Jim Gaffigan, Zach Galifianakis, all those. I don't really like Bo Burnham type comedians though. I'm not really into that. Although I do like Demetri Martin. Do I have a favorite comedian? Or what is something that I consider beautiful? This is gonna be a really cheesy answer, but I honestly think that there's beauty in a lot of stuff. Like even just the design of something, or like the way it helps a person, or the miracle of its conception. Like I think everything is gorgeous. There's something beautiful about everything. I live by this quote. My favorite quote is by Helen Keller, and it's like, there's beauty even in the darknesses and the silences. Like even in the shitty stuff, there's something gorgeous there. And I find wherever I am there to be content. Like no matter where you are, there's beauty to be found. Even in the places where you think that there's no light or nothing beautiful, no sound, no music. Like there's something beautiful there, and you got to make it your life. That's the lesson life teaches us, is how to find that beauty. And pick a 5-man team to survive the apocalypse with. Well, Anon, I'm gonna be straight with you. If this is like a zombie apocalypse, I don't intend on surviving it. I intend on not surviving it on purpose because I don't want to live through that. If there's any kind of constant threat that I'm running from, I don't want to be there. I really don't want to be there. I'm not strong enough physically or any of that. Mentally and emotionally, yeah. So if it's not like I'm running from shit all the time, then bring it on. I'll do it. And I don't care who's with me. I'll make it work. But if but like I said, if it's like a zombie apocalypse, you have my full permission to like poison my food. I won't be mad. I promise. Or just hit me with a car. Like I don't care if someone's gun accidentally goes off in my skull. That's not a problem. It just really isn't. Okay, so Amanda asked me a bunch of questions. Would I rather say goodbye to an old friend or hello to a stranger? I'd rather say goodbye to an old friend, because just because you're saying goodbye doesn't mean you'll never see them again. Are you good at making friends off of Tumblr? I'm way better than I used to be. I used to be really bad at it. But coming to school, I've made a lot of friends. And I've actually surprised myself with how many friends I've made. What's the meanest prank you'd want to pull on my YOLO fool, toilet paper hoarding YOLO fools? I have no idea. I actually was really nice, and I bought 8 rolls of the environmentally friendly toilet paper. Why am I such a nice person? I don't know. Why am I so fantastic at making everyone feel important? This is actually an easy question. The answer to that question, Amanda, is because for a really long time I felt really small and unimportant, and I made it whenever I stopped being depressed and was able to actually function like a human being again. When I came out on the other side of that, I decided for myself that I wasn't, as long as I was around, no one was going to have to feel like that, if I could help it. And so I've made it like my personal mission to try and make people never have to feel like that if I can, even if it's just for a few minutes. Like, I went through that, and I was strong enough to handle it, and I got better. So I want to prevent that. I want to prevent anyone from ever feeling that way. Like, no one should have to feel unimportant. If I've already felt it, then why should I let anybody else have to feel that way? Because it's the worst feeling ever. So that's why I really do go out of my way, because I honestly, I feel like I'm personally like did that to like help other people. So I do. I really do try to make people feel important. It's very, that in itself is very important to me. What's the thing I have to know about someone other than their basics, before I can consider them a friend? I really like knowing where people are from. I think you can tell a lot about a person by where they're from. And I'm kind of like my mom in the fact that I have to know like what your family history is. Like, I like to know like what your ethnicity is and stuff. Like, I like to know where your family's from, because I think you can tell a lot from that too. Um, and I need to know if you have a sense of humor. Are people allowed to double dip? Yeah, hell yeah. That's why you have an immune system. Um, and can you have fries with that? Of course you can. I love fries. And I love you. I love you too, sweetheart. I really do. Okay. Anna said, talk on video about Dean and Cass dancing. Anna, that would take like a fucking hour. But I will explain what Anna means by this. Dirty overcoats, Anna. Anna and I have a lot of dancing feelings, and my personal headcanon is that angels are very in tune with like forms of worship. I mean, because half their lives, half their existence is intended to be like the host, like to worship God. So they're very aware of how to worship. So one of the ways that people worship is dancing, is dance, is through song and dance. And I think that angels are very in tune to that. So I actually think that Cass has a really great sense of rhythm. And I just can imagine Cass just going everywhere, like being everywhere, and like he loves to like dance in the streets, and he's not ashamed of it, and he's not ashamed of his body and moving his body, and um, you know, just going everywhere and street dancing. And if he were ever to take Dean, I'm sure Dean would be completely mortified, and Cass would have to get him to loosen up, which is how Angel Tribe kind of got concepted. Um, Jenny asked, so there you go, I talked about it, but there's more for you because of your birthday, obviously. Jenny Nerdish, she said, who I love, and I can't believe that we're friends. Like, that baffles me. Do I know what I'm going to do with my life? Well, I already mentioned that I want to be a novelist. I'd really like to have a family, but I really don't care what I do, because I love people, and there are people everywhere, and as long as I can do something where I'm around people and making friends and talking to them, like, I really don't care. I'm getting a secondary. I'm going to be certified to teach high school by the time I get out of college, so that's always an option, and I'm really kind of leaning towards that, even though my mom she doesn't want me to do that, but I don't mind. Where I'm going to live, I'd like to move out of Columbia, which is where I live now, Columbia, South Carolina. It's a great city. It really is nice, but it's small, and I don't think that it has everything that I want. So the nice thing about Columbia, though, is it's kind of situated close to some big places like DC and Atlanta, and I don't know if I'd want to stay on. Sorry, I'm so tired. I don't know if I want to stay on the East Coast. I'd really love to move back into the Midwest. That's where my family's from. I'd love to live there. I'd love to go back to Texas. Any of those places, Chicago or Cincinnati. Like I'd love to live in Cincinnati, or Indianapolis or something like that. What's my major? I'm an English major. I'm Gen Track for now. Gen means general. I think I'm gonna be writing though this next semester or the semester afterwards. So I'm doing that, and then I have a secondary education or an education checklist, which means that at the same time I'm doing my English degree, I will get my education degree, or I'll be able to teach high school by the time I get out of it, and then I'm minoring in Japanese. What career I hope to have? My dream career would be marrying my friend Perry and being his trophy wife and having him be an orthopedic surgeon who could support my writing endeavors while I raise his Jewish children. And you did not drag my mood down. It's very important to think about those kinds of things. I love you, so don't feel bad. Amanda, it's Renaissance Man, asked me, tell a story about something I did when I was a kid that was naughty. I was trying to think of an answer to this one, and I really can't think of anything because I have a really bad memory, and I don't really know what I did as a kid that would have been bad. So, okay, so this literally just came to me. I lived in Ohio until I was around 7, and we went to a Christmas party at my grandma's house. Like, that's what we would do. You go to my Muffin Grandma and Grandpa's, which is my dad's parents, then we'd go to my Scotty Grandma and Grandpa's, which is my mom's parents. And we'd usually go to my Scotty Grandma and Grandpa's a couple days before Christmas, and then we'd go to my Muffin Grandma and Grandpa's at Christmas time, because they have a bigger house and could fit us. So it was like a couple days before Christmas, and all my mom's family, most of them were there. And my mom said, I had gotten, sorry, I'm yawning, oh my god, I had gotten an Ariel Barbie doll for Christmas from like one of my grandparents or my aunt or something. And my mom explicitly told me, I was probably about 4, not to open it. And not to like open the packaging. Like I could unwrap it, but I couldn't like open it up and play with it. And I wanted to play with it so bad because it was an Ariel doll and it came with her wedding dress. I wanted to play with it so badly. So I hid behind my grandpa's chair, his recliner, because it's up against the wall, and I opened it, and I ended up losing the shoes. And my mom was really mad. She was like, "I told you not to, and now you've lost stuff." And I got in trouble. So that's what I did. That got me in trouble. Rosie asked, since she has no clue what to ask, answer a question that I've always wanted someone to ask me. I don't know. I've always wanted someone to ask me the question that I've always wanted them to ask me, which I don't know what that is. I'm sorry, Rosie, I'm sorry. Heather Neverland asked me, what's your favorite breakfast food? My favorite breakfast food is actually a really easy question. Fried eggs, over easy with salt and pepper, corned beef hash, and English toasting bread, and oatmeal, and a side of oatmeal. That's my favorite breakfast, and it's delicious. Die on my corned beef hash, man. Damn, that's good. What's my favorite poem? My favorite poem is a poem called Storm Windows by Howard Nemerov, which is also it's also right now a toss-up between Storm Windows and also a poem called Madonna of the Evening Flowers by Amy Lowell, which is a really good poem. Why am I so fucking fabulous? I was born that way. And I love you too, Heather. I really do. Amanda! I don't know if I can answer all these without like this being like a 50-minute video. Amanda asked me more questions. It's Renaissance Man. I know so many fucking Amandas. There's a box on my doorstep. It's unmarked and no one is around. What are the things that could be in it? And do I open it? Those are the two things she told me. I have no idea what could be in it. If it's unmarked, it could be a bomb or anthrax or something horrible. Do I open it? Fuck no. I'd get my brother to open for me and then see what happens. Could be like a live honey badger in there. I don't want that. Or something weird. No. Do I prefer things wrapped up neatly, or do I like to draw my own inferences, like in reference to like literary metaphors? I do like there to be a nice balance between the two. Because if you're just gonna leave it up to the audience, then what's the point of freaking writing it? You know? You should have something in mind. You have a message to convey. And that's your responsibility as a writer. So I think that partly it should be, but I think that it should be flexible enough to adapt to other people's feelings and emotions and situations. My Camp Chautauqua, as in the Camp Chautauqua on my blog, all the people that I love, is now a reality. Best and worst things about it. Best, I'm with Camp Chautauqua. Worst, we would never get anything done ever again. And we would probably be very intoxicated most of the time. Finally, on a scale of 1 to, oh my god, please stop talking to me, how much do I love you? I love you more than the goddamn moon, Amanda. Okay? So shut up. You are perfect. And finally, Zira asked, Zira, who's wonderful and drawing me some wonderful Angel Tribe art. I can't wait to see it. Can I cross my eyes? I don't know, so I'm gonna try, and you can tell me if I do. I have no idea if I can or not, so we'll see. When I look back on this, I'll see if I can. Can I touch my nose and my tongue? That I can do. It's not the tip of my nose, but it is. I am touching it. Can I wiggle my ears? No. I'm not even gonna try, because I know I can't. If I could have a superpower or not, what would it be? Flight. Yeah, I'm gonna go with flight. I think that's the coolest one to have. So thanks for your questions, and thanks for following me, and I love you all just a dumb amount, and I hope that you've all had great days, and if you ever want to talk to me about anything, don't hesitate. And I love you all so much, and thank you so much for giving me the pleasure of being your friend. And I love you all so much, so bye.